What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are having a good one. I just got to say, we just don't know how to stop Dewey because we basically are still living through hell, and it's ridiculous. Because if you haven't heard about Tyree Keene, he was actually 13 years old. He was killed by a police officer. He was an African American, and he was held with a BB gun and everything else along the way. If you haven't watched it, I posted a video about it. I'll post a video on this link and everything along the way. But that doesn't stop there because we actually have two more killings now. Because we've got Terrence Crutcher and we also have Keith Scott. Keith Scott, so apologies. If you haven't heard about Terrence Crutcher, he was 40 years old. One day he was traveling back from his classes in Tulsa, Oklahoma, I believe. And apparently he was having car trouble, so he actually was going around asking people for help. And he was telling them that it might blow up. So no one wanted to help them, and someone called the police on Crutcher. Now, when the person called the police, they said that Crutcher vehicle was running in the middle of the street and with the doors were wide open, or may not have been wide open, who knows. So the person who got there first was Officer Betty Shelby. She was the first person to arrive there, but she was actually en route to a domestic violence when she saw Crutcher. And she asked Crutcher if the car belonged to him, and he was ignoring her for some reason. No one knows why. It was that kind of thing. Thing was, Crutcher was actually walking back to his car with his hands up, and apparently was resisting arrest from Shelby because she thought that he was under the influence of something, possibly PCP, that kind of thing, sort of a drug or anything else along the way. Now, while this happened, Crutcher drew her gun and ordered Crutcher to get on his knees, but he just kept walking back to his car. He was walking to his car with his hands held up high, had nothing on him or anything else like that. And there's videos of it, and there's actually a video of a helicopter video of it showing what happened along the way, and you can actually hear one of the officers in the helicopter calling Crutcher a bad dude. So check it out.
Betty Joe, where are you at? Well, he's got his hands up there for her now. Mike, I'm going to hit the recorder. This guy's still walking and following commands.
Time for taser, I think.
I've got a feeling that's about to happen.
That looks like a bad dude, too. To be on something.
Which way are they facing?
Police 1, they're facing westbound. I think he may have just been tasered.
Shots fired!
Ooh.
321, we have shots fired. We have one suspect down. We need to enter here.
They need to get this eastbound closed down if they could, because they're not going to be able to let anybody.
Okay. Police 1, we're going to need to get eastbound 36th Street North. Actually, we're just going to need 36th Street North shut down at Lewis, and then probably back off about 3 or 4 blocks to the west of there.
I'm going to go up a little higher now.
Now, as you can see in the video, there was actually a woman, a female officer, saying shots fired. And basically, afterwards, when the shots were fired, you can see Crutcher lying on the ground in the middle of the road, motionless with blood on his shirt. And he was soon to be dead later on. Now, Shelby actually fired a shot at Crutcher, and then afterwards he was tased by another officer by the name of Tyler Turnborn. So it's kind of weird as to why would you shoot him first and then tase him, because that doesn't work out in some way. It just doesn't connect in some way. Now, when people asked about the body cams that the police wear to help them out if any kind of incidents happen, they asked Shelby about what happened to her camera, and apparently hers wasn't on. Why the hell wasn't your body cam on? As a police officer, it should always be on 24/7. No matter when you're on, no matter what, if you're on the clock, that body camera should be on. Now, there's also things that Crutcher didn't even have the gun on him anywhere yet. Apparently, he was just walking to his car with his hands held up. And, apparently there was talk about him having PCP in his car or some sort of drug and everything else along the way. Now, people ask Brian what happened to Shelby. Well, apparently Shelby was paid on administration leave at first. You know, sounds messed up, sounds screwed up and everything along the way. However, a few days after, she was actually charged with manslaughter of the first-degree murder for the shooting of an unarmed black man because she, A, reacted unreasonably, and B, because she became emotionally involved in a point to where she overreacted. She was placed in a Tulsa County jail and was released on a $50,000 bail. People, why did this happen? You shouldn't do that. If you saw him on the road and he wasn't responding, tase him. Don't shoot him. That's fucking ridiculous. And I do apologize for my cussing because, you know, I'm just, you know, somebody who doesn't like to cuss a lot. But again, that's fucking ridiculous for you to actually do that. And then for your body cam to not be on, that is actually weird as well. But it doesn't stop there because there was actually another person a few days after that by the name of Keith Scott. He was actually 43 years old. And this actually sparked 3 nights of protesters and violent clashes between protesters and law enforcement. So this basically happened at Charlotte, North Carolina. So people asking what happened. Apparently 3 officers arrived at the Village College Downs near complex near the University of North Carolina to search for someone who has a outstanding warrant. Now they still didn't find a person, but they saw Scott. And apparently they said that Scott had a handgun when he came out of his car. However, other people are saying that it was actually a book, but the police officer is saying that it was a gun. So nobody knows what happened. Excuse me. Now, when the police arrived, they saw Scott exit out of his car, and they saw him get back into his car, and then they saw him exit out of the car again as the police arrived and approached him, and they started to become threatening to him. Now, Rakia Scott, who is Scott's wife, actually recorded what happened during that event in that scenario, and I will show you to you guys, but I do want to warn you guys that it's going to be offensive and disturbing to some people. So if you don't want to watch it, feel free to skip ahead of that. But again, check it out.
Don't shoot him. Don't shoot him. He has no weapon. He has no weapon. Don't shoot him. Don't shoot him. Don't shoot him. He didn't do anything. He doesn't have a gun. He has a TBI. He's not going to do anything to you guys. He just took his medicine. Keith, don't let them break the windows. Come on out the car. Keith, don't do it. Keith, get out the car. Keith, don't you do it. Don't you do it. Keith, don't you do it. Did you shoot him? Did you shoot him? Did you shoot him? He better not be fucking dead. He better not be fucking dead. I know that fucking much. I know that much. He better not be dead. I'm not gonna come near you. I'm gonna record though. I'm not coming near you. I'm gonna record though. He better be alive because I'm coming. You better be alive. How about that? Yes, we're over here at 94 53 Lexington Court. These are the police officers that shot my husband, and he better live. He better live because he didn't do nothing to them. He good. Ain't nobody touch nobody, so they all good. I know he better live. I know he better live. How about that? I'm not coming to you guys, but he better live. He better live. Y'all hear this and you see this, right? He better live. He better live. I swear he better live. Yep. He better live. He better fucking live. He better live. Where is... He better fucking live, and I can't even leave the damn... I ain't going nowhere. I'm in the same damn spot. What the fuck? That's okay. Did y'all call the police? I mean, did y'all call an ambulance?
Miss Scott saying that Keith Scott didn't actually have a gun. He's getting his medicine because he has a TBI or a traumatic brain injury, and he was taking his medicine. For those of you who don't know what TBI is, it's actually a traumatic brain injury, which is actually which is caused from an external blunt force trauma against the skull or the brain. It can be from a violent blow to the head or a bullet shot through the skull, and that's what Keith Scott had, and that's what he was trying to do, trying to take his medicine a long way. Now, the police chief, Kerry Putney, said that the police officers were all wearing body cams. However, the person who actually shot at Scott was not. Coincidence? It's just like the other story talking about Crutcher. So, again, why is their body cams not on when this is happening? So, now protesters, along with many other people, are saying and demanding that they need to release the police video as to what happened to Keith Scott and everything else along the way. Yet, Putney refused and said that he didn't want to jeopardize the investigation. You're actually refusing to show a video of your police officers killing somebody. That still makes no sense. And yet, the mayor of your town is actually demanding you actually show that video, and you best believe you better do that too. And that's just ridiculous. Now, also, if not a lot of people know, in North Carolina, it's actually a legal carry state. Excuse me. So, if Scott did have a gun, was it legal? And did he have a gun? So, was there a gun in the car? Is there a gun around him? Who knows? But I know this. This is actually messed up for all of us to go through here. As an African American, I want this to just stop, because we're going through protests, we're going through people being killed, people getting injured, and everything else on the way. So, it's too much, and we really need to put a stop to it all. We think hate isn't going nowhere, but in reality, actually is. It's still going around here and everything else on the way. And Lecrae, if you don't know who he is, he's actually a Christian rapper. He actually wrote once on his Twitter, he wrote, "Take a knee, people riot. However, take a bullet, and people are quiet." Basically, what that means is, for people who are complaining about Colin Kaepernick when he took a knee to appealing from the I'm trying to remember the name of it, from the song, people are losing it because of, he's, oh my God, he's taking his knee there, he's putting his knee down and everything, he's protesting against USA. However, when Keith Scott or Terrence Crutcher get killed, nothing happens. People, we need to make a difference. We need to make sure that this does not continue on happening, because if this does, we're all screwed. Seriously. But let me know what you guys think about this. Comment, like it, share it, everything else along the way. But yes, keep a lookout. If you see any kind of activity going on, let people know about it. Let a police officer know about it. Let a friend know about it. Let somebody know about it, because if this continues on, then we have no hope for this world, basically. But other than that, you guys have a good one, and I'll see y'all later.